This discovery in a river scared scientists. Did you know that rivers can hide more than just water and fish? Beneath their surface lie secrets from the past, ancient artifacts, mysterious structures, and forgotten relics. What mysteries are still waiting to be uncovered beneath the surface? Join us as we dive into some of the most intriguing river mysteries ever found. Underwater circles. In 1995, off the coast of Japan, something truly fascinating was discovered beneath the waves. Divers came across perfectly circular sand patterns at the bottom of the ocean. The patterns were so precise and symmetrical that they initially sparked rumors and speculation about mysterious underwater crop circles, with some even wondering if they might be created by aliens. However, as researchers soon discovered, the true artist behind these formations wasn't from outer space. It was a small, yet incredibly skilled marine creature, the male pufferfish. The intricate patterns, which could span several feet in diameter, were the result of a remarkable mating ritual. The male pufferfish spends hours, sometimes even days, creating these stunning circular structures as a way to attract a mate. The process is both delicate and intricate, showcasing the fish's natural talents and providing a rare glimpse into the complex behaviors of marine life. The male pufferfish begins by using his fins to create the circles in the sand. These circles aren't just random or haphazard, they are carefully designed with intricate details. The pufferfish creates a central mound, and from there, he arranges the surrounding sand into perfectly symmetrical rings. These sand structures are then enhanced by the pufferfish's body movements, which create small patterns in the sand that make the circles even more striking. Aquatic Stonehenge. In 2007, two researchers, Mark Holley and Brian Abel, were using sonar technology to map the depths of Lake Michigan. What they stumbled upon was nothing short of astonishing: a series of massive stones weighing approximately 50 tons each, arranged in a perfect circle. This arrangement, now dubbed the Lake Michigan Stonehenge, has left scientists and history enthusiasts scratching their heads. The stones are located about 40 feet below the surface, and while their circular formation is remarkable, what makes them even more intriguing is the mystery surrounding their origin and purpose. Unlike traditional Stonehenge in England, where the stones are visibly connected and upright, the Lake Michigan stones lie separate, yet still arranged in an almost deliberate manner. The discovery became even more enigmatic when a photograph taken during the dive revealed an engraving on one of the stones, a carving that strongly resembles a mastodon. This extinct Ice Age animal is thought to have disappeared over 10,000 years ago. If the carving is authentic, it would suggest that the site could be linked to prehistoric humans who lived in the region when mastodons still roamed. For years, scientists and archaeologists have debated whether the site is a natural geological formation or a man-made structure created by an ancient civilization. Mark Holley described the experience of diving at the site as eerie and unsettling, noting the haunting silence and the weight of the mystery surrounding the stones. One possibility is that ancient people placed the stones for ceremonial or astronomical purposes, much like other megalithic sites worldwide. The Yonaguni complex. Off the southern coast of Japan's Yonaguni Island lies a submerged site that has captivated divers, scientists, and history enthusiasts alike, the Yonaguni complex. Beneath the azure waters, a series of striking structures stand silent and mysterious. These formations include broad terraces, towering columns, and precisely angled steps that resemble the remains of an ancient city or temple. Some researchers believe the site is over 8,000 years old, potentially making it one of the oldest archaeological discoveries on Earth. The story of the Yonaguni complex began in 1986, when a local diver named Kihachiro Aratake stumbled upon the massive underwater formations while exploring the area. At first glance, the geometric shapes seemed too perfect to be natural. Rectangular blocks, sharp corners, and tiered platforms all suggested the possibility of human craftsmanship. Soon after, the site gained international attention as divers and researchers flocked to Yonaguni to see it for themselves. One of the most striking features of the complex is a structure known as the monument. This formation measures over 150 feet long and consists of layered platforms connected by a series of steps, as if designed for ceremonial or functional use. The precision of the angles and alignment adds to the intrigue, leading many to speculate that it was once part of a larger city or temple complex that sank due to a massive earthquake or rising sea levels at the end of the last ice age. The debate over the Yonaguni complex is a lively one. Some argue that the site is a relic of a lost civilization, perhaps one predating known human history. They point to what they claim are carvings, roadways, and tools discovered nearby as evidence of human activity. They liken Yonaguni to mythical lost civilizations such as Atlantis or Mu, suggesting it could rewrite the history books. On the other side, skeptics insist that the formations are entirely natural, shaped by a combination of tectonic activity and the erosive power of ocean currents. They point out that sedimentary rocks, like those found at Yonaguni, often fracture into geometric patterns that can mimic man-made structures. The Baltic Sea anomaly. Beneath the chilly waters of the Baltic Sea, near Sweden, lies one of the most perplexing underwater discoveries of modern times. Known as the Baltic Sea anomaly, this mysterious object, found in 2011 by a team of Swedish divers, continues to spark debate and intrigue. Its strange appearance, unusual location, and unanswered questions about its origin have turned it into a subject of fascination for scientists, conspiracy theorists, and enthusiasts worldwide. The anomaly is a massive object, about 200 feet wide, lying on the seabed at a depth of around 300 feet. When divers from the Ocean X team first discovered it using sonar technology, they were taken aback by its peculiar shape. Its rounded, disc-like structure with smooth, sharp edges looked strikingly out of place amid the surrounding seabed, which is largely made up of natural rock formations and sediment. Some even remarked that its unusual shape bore a striking resemblance to a spacecraft, fueling speculation about extraterrestrial origins. Adding to the mystery were the reports from divers who said their electronic equipment malfunctioned when they got too close to the anomaly. Sonar and communication devices reportedly failed without explanation, heightening the sense of an otherworldly presence. These accounts led to a flood of speculation online and in media outlets, with theories ranging from the object being a crashed UFO to an ancient, long-lost artifact of human or extraterrestrial origin. However, not everyone is convinced that the Baltic Sea anomaly is anything more than a natural rock formation. Some believe that it might be part of a secret government experiment, while others suggest that its discovery has been intentionally downplayed to keep the public from knowing the truth about extraterrestrial contact. These ideas, while far-fetched, reflect humanity's deep-seated fascination with the unknown. HMS AE1. The tale of the HMS AE1 is one of mystery, tragedy, and perseverance. This Australian submarine, the first of its kind for the Royal Australian Navy, disappeared during the early days of World War I. For over a century, its fate remained unknown, leaving behind questions about the loss of its 35 crew members and their final moments. The HMAS AE1 was a state-of-the-art vessel for its time, launched in 1913 and commissioned shortly afterward. Along with its sister submarine, the AE2, it represented a significant step forward in Australia's naval capabilities. When World War I broke out in 1914, AE1 was quickly pressed into service, tasked with patrolling waters near New Britain, modern-day Papua New Guinea, a region rife with tensions as Allied forces sought to secure territory from German control. On September 14, 1914, AE1 embarked on what should have been a routine patrol near the Duke of York Islands. However, the submarine and its crew vanished without a trace. Despite extensive searches in the days following its disappearance, no debris, oil slicks, or survivors were ever found. The loss of AE1 was not only Australia's first naval tragedy of the war, but also the first Allied submarine loss in World War I. For decades, the location of the wreck remained a haunting mystery. Families of the crew and naval historians alike were left to speculate about what might have caused the disappearance. Was it a mechanical failure? A collision? Perhaps an uncharted underwater hazard? The mystery began to unravel over a century later. In 2017, after numerous failed attempts, a team of researchers finally located the wreck of the AE1 near the Duke of York Islands. Using modern technology, including advanced sonar and underwater drones, the search team pinpointed the submarine at a depth of about 300 meters. Remarkably, the vessel was found in near pristine condition, lying upright on the seabed with minimal visible damage. The wreck site has since been declared a memorial to honor the 35 men who perished aboard the AE1. It serves as a poignant reminder of the dangers faced by submariners during wartime, particularly in the early 20th century. when underwater technology was still in its infancy. Lost locomotives. Off the coast of New Jersey, lying silent and forgotten beneath the waves, are two rare and mysterious locomotives that have baffled historians and divers alike since their discovery in 1985. These 222 T-Planet-class steam engines, believed to date back to the mid-19th century, were found resting on the seabed about 5 miles off the shore. Their presence raises more questions than answers, and the lack of historical documentation about their origin or demise only deepens the enigma. The locomotives themselves are a fascinating find. Planet-class engines were small, compact, and powerful for their time, designed for tasks like pulling passenger cars or freight on short lines. These particular engines were of the 222T configuration, meaning they had 2 leading wheels, 2 driving wheels, and 2 trailing wheels. They were also equipped with side tanks to carry water, an innovative design for their era. Despite their apparent rarity, no records of these specific locomotives have been uncovered, leaving experts to speculate about how they ended up in their watery grave. The most plausible theory is that the locomotives were lost during transportation. In the 1850s, before modern rail networks spanned the United States, locomotives were often shipped by sea to their destinations. It's possible these engines were being transported on a barge or cargo ship, destined for a railroad under construction, when disaster struck. Perhaps rough seas, a storm, or navigational errors caused the vessel to capsize, sending the locomotives plunging to the ocean floor. Another mystery lies in the complete absence of contemporary records mentioning their loss. You would expect such an incident, especially the sinking of 2 expensive and advanced pieces of machinery, to have been documented in newspapers, shipping logs, or company records. Yet, no such evidence has been found. Were the locomotives unregistered, part of a private venture, or simply forgotten amid the rapid expansion of railroads at the time? Oldest intact shipwreck. In 2017, an extraordinary discovery was made beneath the waters of the Black Sea, off the coast of Bulgaria. Archaeologists uncovered what is believed to be the world's oldest intact shipwreck, a Greek trading vessel dating back to around 400 BCE. This remarkable find has provided an unparalleled window into ancient maritime history, preserved in astonishing detail thanks to the unique conditions of the Black Sea. The ship, a merchant vessel from ancient Greece, was found lying more than 2,000 meters, about 6,500 feet, below the surface. Its condition was nothing short of miraculous. The hull, mast, rudder, and even the rowing benches were still intact, defying expectations for an artifact that had been submerged for over 2,400 years. What made this preservation possible was the Black Sea's unusual environment. Below a certain depth, the sea's oxygen levels are so low that the typical bacteria and microorganisms that decay organic materials cannot survive. This created a protective bubble for the wreck, allowing it to remain virtually untouched through millennia. The discovery was part of the Black Sea Maritime Archaeology Project, a multi-year initiative aimed at exploring the region's submerged history. The team, using state-of-the-art technology such as remotely operated underwater vehicles, stumbled upon the shipwreck during their survey. When they realized the age and condition of the vessel, they were stunned. Never before had an ancient ship of this kind been found so perfectly preserved. But the ship also raises intriguing questions. Who was the crew? What was their mission when the ship met its fate? The vessel may have capsized in a storm or suffered damage that caused it to sink. Yet the cargo, which remains on board, could yield more answers as further studies continue. Mystery beneath the Sea of Galilee. In the clear waters of the Sea of Galilee, Israel, something extraordinary lies beneath the surface. A massive cone-shaped monument weighing an estimated 60,000 tons. This structure, believed to have once stood on land before being submerged, has intrigued archaeologists, historians, and locals alike. Its discovery has raised many questions about its purpose, origin, and the culture that created it. The monument was first discovered in 2003 by a team of researchers using sonar technology, which revealed a large conical formation on the lake's bed. It is made of basalt, a type of volcanic rock that's abundant in the region. The structure's size and shape immediately suggested it could not have been a natural formation. Standing at over 33 feet tall and measuring over 230 feet in diameter, it's hard to imagine how such a massive object could have been constructed in antiquity. Researchers believe the structure likely dates back more than 2,000 years, although some estimates suggest it could be much older, possibly from a time when the Sea of Galilee's water levels were much lower. The purpose of this enormous monument is still up for debate. Some scholars believe it could have served as a burial marker, similar to other ancient burial mounds found in the region. These types of mounds were often used in antiquity to mark significant individuals' graves or to honor important figures. Others suggest it could have had a religious function, perhaps acting as a site for rituals or ceremonies. The shape and size of the monument might indicate that it was not just an ordinary marker, but something with deeper symbolic or cultural significance. It is speculated that the water level of the Sea of Galilee may have risen due to natural climatic changes or even human interventions, slowly covering what was once a prominent landmark. This raises the possibility that the monument was part of a larger, now lost settlement or site that once stood at the lake's edge but was eventually lost to time and the shifting landscape. The Ghost Fleet. Tucked away in the remote waters of Micronesia, Truk Lagoon, now known as Truk Lagoon, is home to one of the most haunting and historically significant underwater sites in the world, the Ghost Fleet of Truk Lagoon. This eerie graveyard of sunken ships and planes tells a dramatic story of World War II, offering a unique blend of history and natural beauty that draws divers from all over the globe. Truk Lagoon, a vast body of water located in the Federated States of Micronesia, became a focal point during the Pacific War. It was a major Japanese naval base, home to a fleet of ships and aircraft crucial to Japan's military operations in the Pacific. However, its strategic importance made it a target during the war. In February 1944, the United States launched a massive air and naval assault known as Operation Hailstone, aimed at crippling the Japanese forces stationed at Truk. The operation was devastating. Over the course of just a few days, more than 60 Japanese ships and planes were sunk or severely damaged by American bombers and fighters. The wreckage of these vessels, now scattered across the lagoon floor, has remained there ever since. The majority of the ships were warships, cargo vessels, and transports, but the lagoon also holds a number of aircraft, including Zero fighters, bombers, and reconnaissance planes. The operation effectively crippled the Japanese fleet in the Pacific, but its aftermath left behind an underwater relic of war that continues to captivate people today. Today, Truk Lagoon is considered the largest underwater war graveyard in the world. The sunken ships and planes, some still partially intact, serve as silent reminders of the fierce battles fought in the Pacific. These wrecks are scattered across the lagoon in different areas, creating a vast underwater city of war debris. The Bimini Road. Nestled beneath the clear turquoise waters near the island of Bimini in the Bahamas lies a fascinating underwater formation known as the Bimini Road. Stretching approximately 600 feet, this intriguing feature is made up of large, flat limestone blocks that appear to be arranged in a straight line, much like a road or ceremonial walkway. Since its discovery in 1968, the Bimini Road has sparked debates, fueled imaginations, and drawn comparisons to the mythical lost city of Atlantis. The limestone blocks, some as large as 13 feet across, sit neatly side by side and are even stacked in some places. To the naked eye, this alignment seems too deliberate to be a coincidence, leading many to speculate that it was constructed by human hands. The road-like structure lies in about 15 feet of water, making it easily accessible for divers and snorkelers who come to marvel at its mystery. One of the most enduring theories surrounding the Bimini Road is its potential connection to Atlantis, the legendary advanced civilization described by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. Supporters of this theory believe the road could be part of a once thriving city that was swallowed by the sea thousands of years ago. This idea gained traction in part because of a prediction made by the famous psychic Edgar Cayce, who claimed that evidence of Atlantis would be discovered near Bimini in the late 1960s. Coincidentally, the same time the Bimini Road was found. Others suggest that the formation may be the remains of an ancient civilization that existed around 3,000 years ago. They point to the block's straight lines, right angles, and deliberate placement as evidence of human engineering. Some researchers have even hypothesized that the Bimini Road was a ceremonial causeway or harbor structure, perhaps used for religious rituals or trade. Underwater river. Off the coast of California, tucked away beneath the waves, lies one of the ocean's most fascinating and mysterious features, Monterey Canyon. Often referred to as an underwater river, Monterey Canyon is an awe-inspiring formation that rivals some of the world's most famous canyons in terms of both size and complexity, but it's found deep under the sea, rather than above the surface. Monterey Canyon is located just offshore from the city of Monterey, California, and it's part of a vast underwater system that stretches for miles beneath the Pacific Ocean. This canyon is one of the deepest submarine canyons in the world, plunging to depths of over 10,000 feet in certain places, deeper than the Grand Canyon. Unlike the river valleys that you'd find on land, Monterey Canyon has been carved out by a combination of tectonic activity and the powerful forces of the ocean itself over millions of years. The formation of Monterey Canyon is tied to the geologic history of the area. The canyon was shaped by the movement of tectonic plates and the action of ocean currents. The tectonic forces, the shifting of Earth's plates, pushed the land and ocean floor into dramatic shapes, creating the deep, steep walls that make the canyon such a striking feature of the sea floor. Over time, water erosion and underwater landslides helped carve the canyon into its current form. The result is a complex system of valleys, ridges, and cliffs, with steep drops and sharp turns that create the feel of an underwater river as water flows through the canyon's channels, carving out the seafloor. But Monterey Canyon isn't just impressive because of its size or its geological origins. It's also a thriving ecosystem. Despite the extreme depths and sometimes harsh conditions, the canyon is home to a wide variety of marine life. Scientists have found that the canyon's waters provide a unique habitat for countless species, many of which are not found anywhere else. From tiny, colorful fish to larger creatures like deep-sea corals, sponges, and even sharks. The canyon is an underwater sanctuary that supports a rich and diverse range of life. Decades-old human skull. In the depths of a cave called Hoyo Negro in Mexico, a groundbreaking discovery was made that would change our understanding of the earliest humans in the Americas. In 2007, explorers discovered the exceptionally well-preserved skull of a teenage girl, who was later given the name Naya. This skull, dating back around 12,000 years, is one of the most significant finds in the history of archaeology, offering important clues about how humans first arrived on the continent. The discovery of Naya's skull is remarkable not only for its age, but also for the state of preservation. Hoyo Negro is a speleothem cave, a kind of cave that has formed over thousands of years through the slow accumulation of minerals. The skull was found deep in the cave, surrounded by a pool of water that helped to preserve it over millennia. This environment allowed the remains to remain largely intact, offering scientists an incredible opportunity to study the features of this early human in much greater detail than many other ancient remains. Naya's skull was found alongside the bones of other extinct Ice Age animals, such as giant ground sloths and mastodons, which suggests that this area might have been a place where early humans interacted with some of the now extinct creatures of the Pleistocene era. The combination of human remains with these animals provides further evidence of the types of environments early humans may have lived in, as well as the challenges they faced during this period. And that's it for today's fascinating underwater mysteries. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible discoveries.